I'm Brian Davidson, Engineering Officer with Trafcom, and our team looks after all the traffic lights in the city. At the moment, there's more than 350 crossings in the city and more than 500 junctions in Glasgow. In this episode of Let's Talk About Road Safety, we're going to talk about Puffin crossings. So in Glasgow, the crossings are standard pelicans, puffins or toucan crossings. Okay, so a Puffin crossing, it stands for Pedestrian User-Friendly Intelligent Crossing, and it's got lots of additional technology to help pedestrians cross the road safely. So let's talk about the technology that's used at Puffin crossings. So the first thing is tactile paving. Now this is used by visually impaired people so that they can find their way to the crossing point. And then the next thing they would be looking for is there's a cone underneath here, and this actually rotates when the crossing's in use, so they know the green man's up. And the next thing is, when you're standing at the crossing and you've put in a demand, then you'll look up, you'll see there's a curbside detector which is lit up, and that tells us somebody's waiting to cross. And then once the green man comes up, we have another detector which you can see on the far side, and that's the on-crossing detector, and that tells us somebody's on the crossing, and that allows us to make sure that it doesn't go back to the vehicle green until the person's actually crossed the road safely. And we also have touch-free facilities at a lot of the crossings, and that's useful if you don't want to touch the button, or if you're in a wheelchair or you've got a pram. What you can do is get a clip-on button, and that allows you to activate the crossing as you approach. So it's much more efficient, so there's less delays to traffic, and it's also much safer because it can extend the safety period when a pedestrian is still on the crossing. There was a whole pile of research done, and it was discovered that people were in the habit of watching the green man rather than watching the traffic. So when the green man came up, a lot of people would step out, not realising the traffic was still moving. So by having the green man here beside you, it forces you to watch the traffic while you're waiting for the green man.